Hello people, welcome to Btekt. I'm David, working hard to bring you the latest mobile phone and tech reviews. As you can probably imagine, I end up with a lot of sample footage whilst out making my reviews and comparison videos. So I've decided to start a new channel. It's called Btekt Samples. All the sample footage that you see there will be available for download too. So head on over there and check it out. So this video is about the OnePlus 6T and the iPhone XS. I'm going to compare the photo and video quality of both of these two flagship phones. But here's the thing, the OnePlus 6T is almost 1/3 of the price of the iPhone. That's right, you could go on a luxury Caribbean holiday for the price of an iPhone XS. Or you could probably still have a nice holiday in the Caribbean and have change left over to buy yourself a OnePlus 6T. And you won't have to spend anything else on extras like a case, a screen protector, a fast charger or a headphone dongle, because all of this is beautifully packed into the box of the OnePlus 6T. Bundled in with the iPhone, you get the lightning cable, a pair of earphones and the same 5-watt charger that they've been putting in their boxes for donkey's years. Anyway, putting all that to one side for the minute, let's compare the cameras. The iPhone XS has dual 12 megapixel rear facing cameras, one wide angle with an f1.8 lens and a 2x telephoto lens with an f2.4 aperture. The OnePlus 6T also has a dual lens system. The main is a 16 megapixel sensor with an f1.7 lens and the second is a 20 megapixel sensor, but it has an effective megapixel count of 16 and it also has an f1.7 lens. The main sensor on the iPhone has considerably larger pixels at 1.4 microns compared to the 1.22 microns on the OnePlus 6T. So expect better low light performance from the iPhone, but 3 times better low light performance? Before we get to the samples, I want to say a big thank you to Direct Mobiles. If you're interested in a new phone, then it's a great place to go. They have a great selection of the latest phones, plus over 23 years of award-winning customer service, so you are in good hands. Check down in the description below for a link to their deals, or search directmobiles.co.uk. So I'm going to start with a video, and we're shooting at 60 frames per second and in full 4K resolution. Both phones are capable of stabilizing that 4K footage as well, which is something that we're only really just starting to see, especially with the new 7nm chips like the A12 Bionic that's inside the iPhone XS. But even with the 10nm Snapdragon 845 processor inside the OnePlus 6T, it's still capable of delivering smooth 4K footage, although it's only limited to 5 minutes recording when shooting in this mode, which kind of demonstrates how much they're actually pushing the processor to do it. As good as the footage looks on the OnePlus 6T, the stabilizers seem to be about the same, swaying slightly but still keeping that footage pretty smooth. You can see in this shot that there's clearly more dynamic range with the iPhone. It's actually very impressive. It's able to expose the sky as well as the ground pretty well. It's not bad on the OnePlus 6T, there is still a fairly decent dynamic range there, but it can't compete with the iPhone. The close-up quality looks great, with nice smooth bokeh in the background. I did notice the OnePlus 6 autofocus struggling quite a bit. The iPhone can track the subject with no problems at all. In fact, I don't think it lost focus once. But as you can see, there's plenty of hunting going on with the OnePlus. Well, so far it's a case of you get what you pay for. But the very fact that the OnePlus 6T can even go toe to toe with the iPhone and shoot 4K 60 frames per second stabilized is very impressive. Remember, you're getting this for just over 1/3 of the price. And that's with more RAM, a bigger battery and a fingerprint scanner built into the display. But let's move on to the photos. The iPhone XS has a 24mm equivalent field of view, which is nice and wide. The OnePlus has a 25mm lens, so more or less the same focal length, and they are showing a similar performance. The iPhone tends to produce more of a flat image than the OnePlus 6T does. Despite there being more contrast on the OnePlus, I seem to be getting more vivid colours from the iPhone. It is close, but I do prefer the way the iPhone reproduces those colours. The OnePlus 6T shows a very slight blue tint to the images. For portrait modes, with both the front and the rear cameras, the iPhone XS definitely has the OnePlus 6T beat. Don't get me wrong, you get nice shots from both, but with the iPhone XS, you're able to control the amount of blur after you've taken the shot. By default, the aperture is simulated at f4, but you can go all the way down to f1.4 if you want. There's much more of a crop with the iPhone when shooting in portrait mode. To get these trees both in the frame, I had to stand a few steps back. In low light situations, both phones perform exceptionally well. Those larger pixels on the iPhone give it an advantage But the OnePlus still does a really good job. I seem to be getting cleaner shots from the OnePlus. There's less noise in the sky if you look carefully. In fact, I think I really prefer the OnePlus for low light shooting, and that's without using the specialist night mode. Look out for my night mode comparison, that'll be on the channel soon. So overall, the iPhone XS's camera is better than the one that you get with the OnePlus 6T. But that doesn't mean to say that the OnePlus 6T doesn't have a very good camera. The video quality is excellent and able to shoot 60 frames per second, stabilized at 4K resolution. It's got everything most people would need or want. And remember, it's a third of the price of the iPhone XS. So really, we could never expect it to have a better camera, but it can definitely hold its head up high. Overall, it's a very, very nice smartphone. For me, the only thing that really lets it down is the looks of the back. That camera module needs to be updated. But other than that, it's a beautiful phone. I actually prefer this phone to the iPhone XS. And I'm not just talking about the camera, I'm talking about the phone in general. For me, it's a better phone. A nice big edge-to-edge screen with that tiny little notch. It's just when I turn it round, I think, ooh. Anyway, that's it from me. Thanks for watching my little comparison between the OnePlus 6T and the iPhone XS. Lots more reviews and comparisons on the way, so make sure you're subbed, double tap that notification bell, and smash the like button for me. I'm David Wildman, and this was Btekt.